Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you a get ready with me using a bunch of new makeup products, a lot of things that have just come out recently and I've been testing out and really been loving. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look using a bunch of new products, then just keep on watching. Alright, so everything looks completely different right now. I am changing up my setup. This is not the final setup or what everything's gonna look like. I just started changing things and then I didn't think things completely through before I needed to film. So this is just temporary for probably like the next 2 videos and then hopefully everything will start to look a little bit better. But I'm gonna get started with actually a skincare product. So this is the Powerful Strength Line Reducing Concentrate. This is from Kiehl's. This is brand new. I just went to their launch of this serum and this is like a day and night serum. It has 12.5% vitamin C, and I always use like some kind of vitamin C serum. And I've actually seen people talk about this as like using it as a primer, so that's why I'm starting off with this because it's also a brand new product. And I'm going to be using a ton of new products today, but I'm not just going to use that as a primer. I have another new primer too, since this is like a serum. I think you're actually supposed to put this on underneath your moisturizer, but next time because I'm wearing moisturizer already. But for primer, I got this new primer from Benefit. It's the Professional Pearl Primer, and I never really wear the Professional because I don't like very thick primers. It works really nicely. I just like very moisturizing, super lightweight, super hydrating primer. So it's not something that is the best for my skin type. So this is very similar, but it's more luminous and I don't find it to be as thick. So it is more of like a silicone texture. It is still a creamy texture. It's not lightweight, but it does have a little bit of like a moussey feel to it that is a lot thinner than the original Professional. So I don't want to put this on my whole face, just well, I guess I did because I put on a lot or I grabbed a lot out of the tube, but normally I would just put this around the center of my face and my forehead. And I'm thinking I'm going to do my foundation routine and then get into my eyes. I'm actually going to do a super simple eye look. I just want very minimal eyeshadow and wing liner and a bold lip. That's what I've been really into lately. So I'm going to go in with my current favorite foundation. This was my last video, the review of the new NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Loving this stuff so much, and I'm feeling super disoriented right now because I flipped my whole rim around and I'm also trapped in a corner right now so that it doesn't look horrible in my video, just so that there's a little bit of background. Otherwise it would just be my face and that would be awkward. So I have to be at this weird angle. But the reason that I changed everything is, well, for a couple different reasons. I just had an impulse to change everything in my room, and I want to do a lot of cleaning and clearing out my closet and stuff like that, and just decluttering my room. And I was getting really upset with my setup because not so much the way that it looks in my videos, but what I'm seeing in the camera, what's in front of me. Because normally on my other videos my vanity is behind me, so that means that where I do my makeup is behind me, and that never makes sense. So I end up doing my makeup on this little table, so I never ended up using my vanity. And now I'm sitting at my vanity, so it feels so much more natural to be sitting at my vanity instead of a TV tray to do my makeup and film my videos. It feels a lot more natural and just a lot more comfortable. And like I said, I'm facing a corner right now. I'm actually awkwardly twisted and sitting like this, so if I look very I don't know what's going on, that is why. But I'm hoping I could film kind of straight on at a different angle, where the wall that's on this side of me, it's just a blank wall right now, that if I can just move around the decor, it looks a little better. So I've been wearing this foundation basically every single day. It's one of those foundations where no matter how much makeup I'm wearing, it looks good. And that foundation is up there with my Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation, which is basically my go-to no matter what. So I've been absolutely loving that. Like, just watch my review in case you guys want to know more about the finish and everything, but basically it's just like medium coverage. I go into like a lot of detail about how it wears and everything, but if you have similar skin type to me, like more normal to dry, and you don't necessarily need full coverage, highly recommend it. So I just went in with my Boying concealer from Benefit, which I wear every single day. And then now I'm really into this concealer that I had a while ago. I had it in a completely wrong shade, and now they just actually released 6 new shades. So this is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. You guys all know about this concealer, but they just released 6 new shades. So now they have like a ton of shades, I believe. There's like 22 shades or something, and this is a shade Café con Leche. Yeah, light 2.6. So if you're around my complexion, I really like this because I don't like highlighting concealers anymore. Most of my concealers, other than my L'Oreal concealer, a Maybelline Fit Me concealer, like every other concealer in my collection, they're all like, they basically look like whiteout under my eyes. I used to be super into that like highlighty concealer trend, but I like really overdid it, and it literally looked like whiteout under my eyes when I look back at like certain pictures or videos. So I basically go with almost the same shade as my foundation, or like a half shade lighter. So I want to say that I was wearing the shade Vanilla before in this concealer, which is like one of the lightest shades. So that was definitely not my shade at all. But then the shade Custard is a little bit darker than this. So if you find that shade, because I know that's a really popular shade, to be too dark, you might want to try out this new shade, because this is like the shade right under Custard was too light, and then Custard was too dark. So I'm really happy they came out with some new shades. So I don't have any new powders, so I'm just using the Too Faced Born This Way powder for my whole face. I use it for under eyes and to set my face. And I really love this stuff. I'm almost actually done with my Cover FX powder, and I'll definitely purchase that again, purchase this again. Milani just came out with a new setting powder that I definitely want to try. And then you guys also recommended the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, and I'm actually super surprised I have not tried out that Maybelline powder yet, because I used to be so into the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and that is still absolutely amazing. I just haven't repurchased it in a while. So I've also been using the Galactic Luminous powder pretty much on a daily basis, and I'm not even putting too much on, just because I want to add a little bit of luminosity under my eyes, but I already set my eyes. I don't like it to set my eyes. I'd rather use a translucent powder. I actually just add this just to give me more of a natural finish, since it does have a little bit of glow to it. So I'm actually gonna move on to my eyes before I continue on with my face. I've been liking like doing my foundation, setting it, eyes, and then finishing up with bronzer and everything. So I've been super into these Smashbox eyeshadow trios. I think they are around $22. They have a ton of different shades, and they're also coming out with more shades. I believe they just released where they have like more glitter colors, more pops of color. But there's a couple that I've been using all the time, and I think I'm going to use them for this video because I want to do like more of a neutrally look. So it's cool because they have 4 trios that are all matte in different shades, and it took me like a while to notice it from the PR package because I just didn't pick up on it. But I've been using the one that's medium, and then they have light, fair. So this one's fair, it's a more cool tone. This one is light, that is also more cool tone, just a little bit darker colors. And then the one that is deep has more like orangey and darker colors. The one that I really like is the medium one, and it's also like what suits me the best. And this one has like a warm yellowish tone, and then 2 like warmer browns. And then I've also been loving this one in golds. This one is what I've been wearing in a lot of recent videos, like either one of these 2 sparkle shades. I've been wearing it a ton in recent videos. I also have this other one right here that is called Double Tap. I have not used this yet, but I wanted to do just like a neutral brown look today, so I might add that in there too. And then I think I burned myself with my hair straightener like in the recent week or something. I don't even remember. It's like one of those things where you don't notice you burn yourself until you see the scar, and you're like, how did I do that? So these are all called Nudie Pick, and then it has like the different shades of them, so it's a little like playful there. And then I'm going in with the light, just setting kind of powder, and I've been into like a minimal shadow look just literally for like the past couple days, because I've been like super into really metallic and shimmery looks. for months now, but just like for the past several days, I think actually since I got the NARS foundation, because I'm so obsessed with it and it makes my skin look good, so that I want to do like a very minimal eye look. I want to do a bold lip and just like focus on my skin. So that's been my vibe for like the past 5 days. So I wanted to document it before I went back to like a lot of shimmer shadows. And I'm just going in with that light shade. Basically, I just want everything to look as good as possible with my setup. So I just need to play with it and see what looks good on camera and just try a couple different things before I figure out like what looks best. So that's why I might like change around a little bit in the next couple days. And then also, I was just like scrolling through my page and I was just so sick of seeing like my window behind me. And I realized like I've lived in 3 different apartments since I started my channel. And I've always set everything up the same. And that was like, I was just getting really, really bored of it. And I felt like this can help me. What just happened there? I don't know. Woo! Okay, just clean that up. That's usually why I do eyeshadow before foundation, but because I'm doing something simple, it's super easy to clean up. I'm just using the same brush, Sigma E40. This is what I use every single time that I start my eyeshadow. This one brush, I need to buy like 7 of them. I always complain about this in all my Get Ready With Me's. I just hate spending money on brushes, but I need to do it at some point. But anyways, this is just the medium brown shade. I don't want to go in with too much. I'm just gonna apply that more precisely in my crease. And this is such a simple look that it's really just gonna be like a matte transition shade in the crease, a really light shimmery color on my lid, and then a wing. But what was I saying? Oh, so I realized that for the past 3 years, because next week, January 30th, is going to be my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, and I realized every video I've put up maybe 300 videos or so maybe on my channel, and honestly I've probably deleted like 30 to 40 videos from like the first year or so on YouTube, because half of them were completely just out of focus. Before I ever got a monitor, maybe 2 years ago, what I used to do is like prop up one of those like $10 mirrors from Target, like a standing mirror that they sell for like dorm rooms, and put it against a chair and just prop it up like 10 feet behind me. Right now my monitor, like my camera and my monitor, are right next to each other. But I used to prop it up on like a recliner on the other side of the room so I could maybe at least see that my body was in the video, but it was never in focus. So a lot of those videos are deleted because they're just not useful to me for my self-esteem, and they're not useful to anybody, no matter how good the information might have been. And it was probably not that great because I didn't know what I was doing yet. But basically my point is that 300 to 400 videos with my window in my background, and then I like just thinking of that idea drove me crazy. So at 3 a.m. last night I decided to flip my entire room around and just start changing things up, because I'm like, I need a change in my room. I need a change of what everything looks like in my videos and stuff. So I'm just using #goals, and I'm using this brown shimmer shade with a more precise brush. This is just a crease brush from Moda brushes. I love these brushes. I use them every single day, and a lot of them I've either gotten at Gem Beauty or in BoxyCharm. They're a really, really great brand. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before. It's like the same price point, if not cheaper, than Real Techniques, and they're super high quality. So if you are starting out with brushes, definitely check out Moda brushes because they are awesome. So I'm going to go in with this lighter shade, and then I just sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus Morphe M124. That's what I use for my lid every single time, especially if you have smaller eyes like I do. I don't like to use like a big lid brush that's going to go up to my crease. So I just apply a little bit of this, and I want more of a lighter and brighter lid color so that I can when I do my wing, like the wing is the center of the focus for my eye look. I'm building this wing up, like I'm hyping it up, and hopefully I don't mess it up when I go to do it. All right, so I just added a little bit more of this dark brown shimmer shade from the palette #goals, and I just used a more precise crease brush. This is also from Moda brushes, and just pack that on the outside, like the outer third of my eyes, and that way it just builds and it's like a little bit more smoky. Wasn't sure how smoky I was going to take it, but I kind of like a lot of darkness on the outside with a more light shimmery crease. So I'm going to take this nude eyeliner from GRWM and I'm going to apply that in my waterline. And if I hate this, I'm going to switch it to brown because I did this the other day and I know a lot of people like to do this, but I've always found that it like makes my eyes look weird. But I did this the other day and with a wing liner look, I actually really liked how it turned out. So that's a way to keep your eyes a little bit more open if you do have smaller eyes and then you want to do a wing, because a lot of times I don't do wing liner because it does make my eyes look smaller. But that's a way to just like kind of balance it out a little bit. And then I'm just going back in with that dark brown shade. I love a shimmery dark brown color. And anytime that I add any darkness to my outer corner or lower lash line, I try to do like a shimmery brown or like a shimmery dark color and not a matte one, because that way it still adds a little bit of light, a little bit of life to your under eyes or the outer corner of your eyes, and doesn't close them off as much. All right, so for wing liner, I'm using the Schwing eyeliner from the Balm. I've been using this non-stop, and I usually use the Physicians Formula eyeliner or the Kat Von D tattoo liner, and that's just like a liner pencil. This one has like the liner in here, and then you dip it in, and this is a felt tip, so it's not something that has like a brush and like different brush hairs. But I've been loving it, and it's been easy off camera, so maybe I can get this on camera. So I just start off with the edge, like the wing, and then connect the dots and then fill in from there. Alright, so lashes are on. I'm going to go in with contour powder from Kevyn Aucoin. This is my go-to. It's their Sculpting Book Volume 2. And I'm just going to use a little bit on my cheekbones. And with contour powder, I don't really like using too much all over my face. Just mostly focus it on my cheekbones. I'm just taking a tiny bit. I don't even want to put any on my forehead. A little bit maybe, just whatever is left over on my brush, but mostly just the sides, cheekbones, and then just a tiny bit on my jawline. And I always contour my ear, or put contour powder on my ear, so it's not like a strip of contour and then a pale ear. So my current bronzer favorite is Chocolate Gold from Too Faced. This just came out right after the holidays. I'm using my buildable cheek brush from Smashbox. So this is like, I think maybe a blush brush, but it's so perfect for bronzer. Oh, this just smells so good. It smells even more intense than any other chocolate product from Too Faced. Like, it smells like I'm just dipping my brush into hot cocoa powder. It's like super good. And it's warm, but it is not orange. I am gonna wear this, like, I've been wearing it every day since I bought it, so that is a good sign. I feel like I always get a little carried away with this because it smells so good, so it just like puts me in a good mood every time that I use it. And then just the undertone is really pretty. I love that it has more of an olivey undertone because I was nervous it was gonna be like too orangey. Let me swatch it for you guys in case you're curious of purchasing it. Like, it is more of an olive undertone because I was just nervous it was gonna be like too warm. So that is the shade, and you can see it has a sheen to it, but there's no like glitter chunks or anything. For something that is more of a shimmer bronzer, it looks really natural. It doesn't look like you applied a lot of like highlighter to contour with or to bronze with. So I really like that. It's definitely not like, I have so many bronzers that I like to contour with because I do have warm undertones and it's a little bit more forgiving on me. That is not one of those bronzers. That's something you just want to use lightly as a bronzer, not to like carve out your face. So I always go in with a stipple brush just to make sure like the bronzer is pretty even and everything. And then for blush, I'm going to use one of the new GRWM blushes. And this is the lightest of the GRWM blushes. This is the Duo in Adore Me. And it says Adore Me and Hold Me. So I'm actually just going to mix both of these together for my blush. And I think I'm going to be reviewing all of the blushes that they just released. A swatch and review video. That might be my next video. So I don't want to talk too much about them. But that is for sure my favorite shade. And then I'm loving this Hoola brush from Benefit, and I always put blush on my chin because I do. So for highlighter, I have the new liquid highlighters from The Balm in Mary Duminizer and Bonnie Duminizer. This one's a little bit more bronzy. This one's a little bit more light. Let me mix them. I was actually just going to use the Bonnie one. Let me do like a dot of each. And then I might set it with a powder highlight on top. Oh, I get so nervous with a liquid highlighter because I always just use powder and I don't like super intense highlighter. So this is Bonnie. Let's do 3. More Bonnie than Mary. And then just like, this is probably gonna be way too much. I just want to make it look even. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna mix those two together. And this is probably like the most random way to apply liquid highlighter. Okay, so these actually dry really fast. And these are actually gonna be really pretty for the eyes. I think I'm actually gonna use them more so for the eyes. So that just dried down super quickly. So for that reason, I wanna actually just use this a little bit in my inner corner and have that more of an inner corner highlighter. And then I'm just gonna add in, oh, that's pretty, I like that. Yes. I'm gonna go in with a powder highlighter. I think this will be a really pretty eyeshadow, like an all over shadow. That was just Mary Duminizer that I applied as the highlighter. And then I'm just gonna finish off with my e.l.f. That's Heart Highlighter. I know I use this in like every video. I just mix both of them together, but it is finally restocked. And you guys know it's my favorite, and it's actually available at Ulta now. So even though it's not necessarily like new, it's new at Ulta. And it's now actually in stock, which is really awesome in case you guys have been wanting to get it. And then lastly, I'm finishing off my lips with the new Smashbox liquid lipstick in Deep Thoughts. This is one that I've been really loving, and I've been wearing it. I wore it in my BoxyCharm and Ipsy unbagging. It's more of a brownish color, and I really like that with a wing look. And lastly, I'm actually going to set my face with the new MAC Fix Plus in Coconut. So they released these last year, Coconut, Lavender, and Rose, like the scented Fix Pluses. And then they just re-released them as permanent, which makes me really happy. And I had the Coconut one before, and I wanted to get it again. I want to get all of them, but I just love Coconut. Oh my God, I just took a shower there. I always go crazy with setting spray, and especially with like a more matte look, I'm like, oh, I need some like more luminosity there. Alright guys, so this is the completed look using a bunch of new makeup products. It's pretty simple, just wing liner and a bold lip, but I wanted to show you guys a lot of new products I've been loving recently and just a lot of new releases. So definitely let me know what products you've purchased recently, what new products you've been trying lately in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.